the last 3 years to make his game different.
Is the second round because the NBA is not 2000 anymore. It's not where teams see when you don't have the personnel to embrace the math. You better have amazing personnel. That's what OKC thought they were going to do this year. They thought we were going to out-talent you while other teams try to out-efficient you. The way now Houston. Westbrook's game age. I don't think it ages great.
But what you're thinking of or implying that they should do next season, they kind of did this season. They
had stars this season.
Paying Chris Paul close to what they're paying Melo. It's not the same.
She was saying Paul George and Chris Paul.
Paul George, but he needs help because he's a wing player. All right. Harden needed help as far as Chris Paul. Paul George needs someone either in the low post or another swing guy to be able to be efficient as he's going to be. Paul George is still a great player. He played great last night. You look at his stat. I mean, he played some basketball last night. I just believe that he has the type of personality that if he was with another star like LeBron, I believe we would see the best out of him.
How do you feel like you build around Russell Westbrook? Because I agree with you. I don't think that team is winning a championship.
I think.
But what do you do other than getting another superstar better than Paul George? Like Kevin Durant was so good that despite Russ's negatives, they still had a shot to win the title. Anybody less than that ability, I don't think you have a chance.
I told Jenna and Nick earlier that as a young basketball player, and I'm sure you can identify with this, my coach taught me, you can't play basketball like you play football, son. I know you're a great football player, but you can't go out there mad. You have to control your temperament, which will control the tempo of the game. If you're going to play point guard, this is what you got to do. If you're not going to do that, I'm going to play you at the 2 or the 3. You can run up and down and be a great athlete, mugging people and everything. But if you're going to play point guard, so for me, Russ, is he going to change his temperament? The thing that Nick loves about him, he's got to be able to change. All great players change and evolve.
He did try. Now, to your point earlier, he didn't get the help from Billy Donovan that he needed, but he tried earlier. The first month of the season, and you've even seen him in a game here or there recently, he tried to get guys involved. He was deferring to George and Melo. He wasn't shooting as much, and the team wasn't that good. The only way I think he has to be like Iverson. Iverson had to play the way he plays. And that's it. He couldn't be effective.
And I don't know how effective Iverson would be in 2018. That's the
problem.
Well,
individually he would be.
That's the problem.
Individually,
wait a second now. Allen Iverson can play any.
He would get his numbers. Would he win a title? No. But he would get his numbers.
Let me make this clear. I don't want to act like I'm knocking Iverson, one of my favorite players to watch growing up. My point is, because the way the league has changed, he'd still get his numbers.
He had a jump shot, though.
Would he? Right, but he didn't have a three-point shot.
They didn't have to.
He'd get a better one.
You say the same thing about Jordan. They didn't have to concentrate on the things they had to concentrate on. Bernard King did.
They would develop it.
Yeah,
but he still would have essentially been the same type of player.
Okay, fair enough. Let me say one thing about Russ before we move on, because I love this guy, and I use every Wednesday I go on with our friend Colin, and it seems like every Wednesday I'm defending Russ and he's attacking him. Listen. This was the biggest individual game that Russ, as the man, has played in as a pro. The finals games were bigger, but he was a secondary option. Against Golden State, Game 7 was bigger, but he was still a secondary option. This was the biggest game of Russell Westbrook as the A1, #1 guy he's ever played in. And he made it into some ego contest with Ricky Rubio, got in foul trouble, and they got blown out. And now the team is going to be drastically different. He's got to own that. And if he's ever going to change, maybe something like last night will cause him to do so.
He's not going to change by Wednesday night for Game 5.
No,
I think
no.
we can all agree on. All right, Chris, stick around.
He's
Coming
going to
up,
have on another crazy outfit. That's the only thing he's going to change.
you can count on that. The Rockets nearly made NBA history last night. They came like that close. Next on First Things First.
I thought those third and fourth fouls were bad calls.
Change doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't compromise. It doesn't fear.